But things like gods and ghosts, elves, any agents that aren't biological agents don't exist. There aren't any.
No, but can you see that if you go with your concept of just believing whatever we see, I have to deny my mother and father because I never seen them giving birth to me. I never seen them coming out of the womb of my mother. You see that, or even knowing my great-great-grandfather.
Yeah, there's more.
I can say I never seen them.
There's more evidence than just what's there in front of you.
You see?
I just need to clarify what I'm saying.
I'll be here soon.
So when I talk,
and do you believe? Do you believe this belief that you have will take you salvation, or does it tell you afterlife? What's going to happen?
I don't think there's an afterlife.
Does it give you morals? This belief that
I don't think there's any evidence on afterlife.
does it give you morals and belief and so on?
Morals? Yeah, morals are complicated because they're not facts.
One thing about the embrace.
It's a cloudy day is a fact. Murder is wrong is a statement and it's good, but it's not a fact.
So how do you make your morals? Do you make your morals as you go along, or?
Pretty much.
Sometimes. It depends on the situation.
So how do you define? What do you mean on the situation? Let's say the situation was incest.
Incest, yeah.
Someone asked me about incest. There's something about incest.
No, it's not.
Incest is their thing.
Yeah, they try this, but of course it doesn't falsify in the Quran. In fact, they're allowed from first cousins. But what they really want to do is ask us, is incest wrong?
Yeah, I get that. And in a way,
Can you let him answer? What is your answer? If you don't mind, he's a big man himself.
Of course.
Yeah, no, it's just interested me that I asked about incest twice in 10 minutes and I've never been.
You're saying your morals,
I'll explain what I said. So say again?
If you're saying you're making your morals as if you go along,
well, they're just complicated. I'll try and give a kind of 2-minute summary of morals. That's how I understand how morals are, and then we'll take it from there. My understanding is we have a deep moral kind of intuition, instinct to be good to each other, and that's given to us by evolution. So it's an agreement. We all want the world to be a better place. We all want people to get along. We all want humans to get along.
I'm trying to understand. Did you say morals are given to us by evolution?
Are you saying that you're born with good morals?
No, we're born with a mixture.
But that's what basically you just said.
No, I said a moral intuition.
You're born with the intuition, right?
Yes.
Do you develop intuition or you're born with it?
I'm born with an intuition to understand that it's good for people to be.
That doesn't make sense because you see, you basically are dependent on your society, how you're brought up, and what environment you're brought up.
It's a mixture.
Yeah, it is. It's not just your intuition because your intuition is basically, I would say, pretty much to do good.
Yeah.
For most of us.
Yeah, but I think.
But for example, certain morals where there are two consenting adults.
Yeah.
Yes. And let's say, for example, incest, which I asked you earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you consider that as moral or immoral?
Well, you see, this is an interesting one because of my instinct tells me that's immoral.
Why?
Because in the past you couldn't have contraception. So when a brother and sister had sex together, they would have children, and if that carried on through the generations, it would be really unhealthy for the gene pool. People would die of genetic diseases and that sort of thing. So it's really bad.
So once the contraceptions are in place, then is it moral or immoral?
So when the contraception's in place, there is actually no harm done, but it's still, I think, it's horrible. I think I
want to know why. Why do you consider it immoral if they use contraception and they both consent to the sex? Like for example, the son and the father, they want to have sex with each other. Why do you, as an atheist?
My moral instincts. That's why I talk about these moral instincts.
You know, when you say your moral instinct, it is something as.
We all have to say moral instincts.
No, there are many
incest is horrible.
The people who would commit incest, they disagree with you, and they would use the same excuse that their moral instinct tells them that it's okay.
I've never heard of anybody saying. I've never heard of anyone even doing it, let alone.
It doesn't happen easy.
No, just because you haven't heard it, or you haven't seen it, or you haven't basically
I'll tell you what
read
happens.
about it.
I'll tell you what happens. I've been a foster parent and I've done some foster training courses. And sometimes what happens is when a boy is abused, sexually abused.
No, I'm not talking about being abused. I'm talking about
listen to me.
consensual.
No, listen, I'm answering your question. When a boy's abused at age about 8, and then he grows to about age 16, he will likely abuse, or can, in some circumstances, abuse his younger sister. So that is incest.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. What you talked about is an abuse scenario. Okay, I'm talking about a consensual adult man and his adult son who's 18 or over, about. They both fancy each other.
Well, I just don't think that biologically happens.
Do you think that's disgusting?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. And do you think that's basically immoral?
Well, under my understanding of morals, I would say if you want to be all clean and
No, but he answered the question.
philosophical about it, if it's two men, then it won't be immoral because they've got no chance of having children.
Whoa. So it is only a matter of preparation, nothing to do with the actual act in your books, which is wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
So the act itself,
in terms of the act itself,
is not wrong.
It's not, if they're both consenting and they are not harming each other, there is no harm done.
So that is moral for you, a father and son sleeping together.
If they're both consenting,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We said they were
yeah, that's
consenting.
right.
Why did
but
you
I
say?
feel it feels horrible. It feels
Exactly.
really
It's creepy,
not,
isn't it?
It's creepy, exactly. Yeah.
But why do you say he's wrong? It's
something
right.
is-
Michelle, do you want to join us?
Oh, they're with you. Okay.
Yeah. She
Hello there.
Hi. I forgot people's names, so.
I'm Hashim.
Yes.
Abdul.
Abdullah. Hey. This is Michelle. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't shake hands with women. I don't.
No disrespect.
No disrespect to women. I would do the same thing with Muslim women I didn't know.
Yeah. So I'm getting myself in hot water because we're talking about incest. Okay. And imagine that there's a man and a son. Okay. There's a man and a son, so they're not going to have children. So incest is normally about teens and everything. But that's not going to be no harm.
And they use contraception.
Yeah, well. So my
it's all clean as far as I can say.
my moral kind of equipment tells me, that's revolting, that is really wrong. But my philosophy tells me, well, there's nobody harmed, it's a problem.
And where did you get this moral opinion that you have? Saying this disgusting.
From evolution.
From evolution. So he's saying, at one point, what he just said is, at one point, in a way, he feels disgusting, and he got that.
You know why he feels disgusting? Because his natural instinct tells him that is not natural.
Yeah, exactly.
That act is not natural.
Yeah,
and you know what? In Islam, we have this something we don't even have to. We don't have to think about it because this is something God has told us it's wrong.
Well, I don't have to think about it.
Well, you
I
did.
spent 50 years of my life,
you did
and I've
have
been
to think.
asked about incest twice in 10 minutes.
You know,
I started thinking about it.
Science has actually proven.
Well, that's just silly.
It
Is
does.
your inner being talking, sir? Is
So
your
how-
inner
Sorry,
being
there's so many people talking about the Adam and Eve story is a silly story.
By the way, Adam and Eve are not related. So why can't they have sex together? Yes? Even if it's
Adam and Eve are the only people that exist, and they're going to populate the world.
see,
There's a lot of incest going on.
one thing you need to realize is that there are certain exceptions. We are not about exceptions.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we are talking about exceptions. And we do not make exceptions the rule. As far as the current condition is concerned, incest is a no-no. Whether it is an atheist or whether it is God can change his mind, he makes the rules. Why can't he make, are you saying rules never change in any country? Of course they do. In this country, listen, in this country homosexuality was wrong 100 years ago. But today it's accepted. The rules changed. Yes?
Depends where though. It doesn't change it in the church, does it?
No, I'm saying the country changes the rules. It does. Yes. So as far as see, this is the problem with the atheists. Sorry, I didn't mean in a disrespectful way. What I meant is that you're not rooted. You don't have an anchor to basically root your morality on. It's ever changing.
The goalpost
It's subjective
changes
from
it.
one person. For example, what might be moral for you might be something immoral for another person. As an
There is
atheist.
an anchor, but
Isn't that going to cause
the anchor
chaos?
is reality.
But that's his reality and your reality.
No,
both are
reality-
claiming is a
reality.
reality, but they don't agree with your reality.
What don't we agree on?
For example, homosexuality, you might agree that is okay. Another person who is an atheist who's saying, no, I completely disagree with homosexuality. Nothing to do with God, nothing to do with society. He just says, I disagree with it.
Yeah, well then we would have a discussion on is there harm done with
So you're basing on the harm.
But if there's no harm,
yeah.
How do you define harm?
it's nothing to do
To the
with harm.
person or to society?
Both.
No, so if someone, given the scenario of the murder, if someone claims to be like they enjoy killing, and there's no harm done to themselves, how do you justify that morally? They just say naturally, I feel like killing.
Well, there's harm done to the person who's killed.
Yeah, but he's saying there's no harm done to me, so I'm not.
Everyone thinks they're right in their own eyes.
Yeah. He's saying there's no harm done to myself. I'm doing the rape, the killing, and everything. So
Well, wait a minute, the person being raped is not very happy about it.
who cares? Who cares?
But in the eyes of the
Well, there's harm
In
being
the
done.
eyes of the person. That's what I'm saying to you.
He's
In the eyes of
not talking about the victim, he's talking about the
in
perpetrator.
the eyes of the person, the perpetrator. In his eyes, he's like, I enjoy doing it. I'd be morally justified.
No, but what he's saying is that he disagrees with anything where someone is harmed. That is his principle.
right?
Of course not. Of course not.
So if she has sex
No one is saying.
outside marriage, in the eyes of somebody, it might deserve it.
Yeah, but for them,
Do you want to
fornication
teach
is
them a
wrong.
lesson? Do you
Do you think fornication is wrong or right? In your book?
saying that she could
No?
Yeah, it's right and it's not wrong.
way a woman,
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong. So you don't mind if your daughter just goes to
I think it's bad, but that's not
Why do you
fornication.
say
Fornication, I have to think what the word means.
What does fornication mean to you?
Having sex.
Having sex outside marriage.
No, that's
That's
adultery.
adultery.
That's adultery.
Having
Check out.
sex.
Having sex before you get married.
No, that's adultery.
That's adultery, is it? So
That's
what
what they just fornication. Just having sex.
You're not married and you're having sex with someone.
Yeah, well,
Fornication.
my
Adultery is
daughter has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
They have sex. I'm sure they have sex.
Sure.
I don't think there's a problem.
No, not one boyfriend. What if she has
Yeah, but no,
multiple?
they're not in a covenant
Sorry, not your daughter. Let's say a
relationship, are
girl has multiple boyfriends. Is that wrong or right?
I think if she's choosing it and that's what she wants.
You think that's right?
Well, I think it's deeply sad. I just don't, it's not in the category of morality to me.
Exactly.
I just think
You see, this is what I mean. When you have this basically
I think there's
very
harm,
loose.
there's harm being done.
No,
But who is the
Hold on,
perpetrator?
it's not about just. It's not just
Harm, it
about
shouldn't
harm.
be just others, it should be themselves as well.
You agree there's harm done if you sleep around?
By the way, are you a Christian? Okay, I thought so because she used the word sin. That's why I thought there must be some religious connotation to this. Because you wouldn't use the word sin.
No, yeah, sin's not a helpful word for me.
No, but brother, can you see? I think from what I've just got from your speak, I think your socialized things that you've been socialized and your moral concept, the inner being that brother has mentioned, it kind of it's clashing all the time. At one
Yeah,
point
that's
you're
right.
saying, "Oh, this is I feel disgusting," and then you actually question yourself about your belief. You say, "Actually, it also makes sense."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think because
Stick
we
to
are.
one. You can't be in both, can you? You
It's a very
No,
loose
I-
definition of morality. It's very fluid. It's not the terms we're talking about the act.
But nowadays it's seen as normal.
Yeah.
What
But
about
as a Christian, you know that God doesn't change.
Yeah.
He's the same today as he was yesterday. Now, homosexuality is a sin. It was yesterday, and it should be. So
Well, that is, I say I'm a Christian, but I don't.
follow the teaching.
don't put words in her mouth.
Yeah.
Say as it is.
Go on, say.
And then you wonder why Muslims come here and they have to teach people morality.
No.
No one's holding on to what
Bro, take it easy.
forefathers.
It's the first time in Speaker's Corner. Take it easy.
Excuse me, the Bible has been interpreted by is God's word to start with, but it's been changed by man down through the ages. And a lot of people take the Bible and the Quran out of context and use it to their benefit. It doesn't necessarily mean they're not.
So what is your view on homosexuality?
Well, it's looking
Sorry,
at
did I put on the spot? I didn't mean to.
looking at the sin and not the sinner. Homosexuality to God is a sin. Just as stealing is to God is a sin.
Oh, is that bad?
No, once you cross that line, you're a sinner.
So you think homosexuality is a sin?
I'm not saying because there's an argument that it could be machines, it could be people like that. They depends, but it's the nature nurture thing. It comes into everything.
Right. What about alcohol? What is your view on that? On alcohol?
I think on the whole, well, it's neutral really. It's good, yeah. Sometimes alcohol
Do you know
is
the
good.
problems in this world because of alcohol? Do you know the amount of problems the society has because of alcohol? Do you know how much the NHS spends in treating alcohol-related incidents, both directly and indirectly?
Yeah.
You're talking about millions. You're talking about thousands of deaths around the world. I wouldn't take it so lightly.
Motor cars.
Say again?
Motor cars.
Yeah, well, the highest cause death in the world is alcohol.
Yes, more than the motor cars. What? If anything is bad for your body, the question arises, why would you A, waste money on it, B, abuse your body with it?
I think
You know,
Every alcoholic.
all the alcoholics started with that statement, and look where they ended up. I'm not saying all are going to be like that. I'm saying why harm your body when God has but most people don't just stop there. You're talking about majority of the people.
Many people can take alcohol and they live perfectly normal lives. However, a lot of people can become addicts and destroy their life.
It's not abuse. I mean, using alcohol for any incident. What is the benefit that you get by drinking alcohol other than temporary joy?
I think everyone is supposed to be protected from heat and things. It's not that some people
You can build up friends on coffee. You don't need alcohol. What social? Are you saying without alcohol you will not have a social cohesion? Seriously? Really? What alcohol? I think it abuses.
sometimes you come together and time.
I actually think the moment that you drink alcohol, you're not talking any sense.
No, well, you need to drink quite a lot.
Where would you see more fights break out, in a pub or in a coffee shop?
takes a more kind of communitarian.
There you go.
Well, I've never been to a pub with a fight.
You haven't been?
I've never been to a pub when it's been a fight. I've never seen a pub fight.
We don't apply that logic to drugs in general. Alcohol is a drug.
But that's the nature of
That's another moral being that people differ.
That's the nature of
Some will say, why is alcohol banned? There's no way you draw the line. The goalpost is always changing.
I can see why you think alcohol.
And with your concept of moral being, I won't be surprised if people find they're killing their own parents in
use the same statement.
in 100 years' time.
What would kill the parents? What, with alcohol?
But you see where
No, with anything. They say my moral being that tells me, I should be disobedient to my parents, beat them up as I wish so.
Why do you believe in God?
But that's what I'm saying.
Why do I believe moral beings?
Why do you believe in God?
Why do I believe in God? I believe in God because he deserves to be believed.
End your loneliness.
But how do you know he can't?
Doesn't
So
go
that's
away.
a circular reason.
No, it's not circular It's just he created me and he tells me purpose in life. He gives me moral beings and that is allowed and what's not allowed.
But you're assuming the answer. I'm asking you, why do you believe in God?
I believe in God because it's in my inner being to believe in God. And science has proven that.
So you think it's science proves God?
No, science doesn't prove God. God proves it itself.
Okay, how does God prove himself?
God proved it in the scriptures and other scriptures that came along.
But the scriptures disagree with each other.
No, the scripture, most of the scriptures, when you look at it, generally, and if you speak to this brother, anyone who looked at in comparison of religion, most of the scriptures go back to Supreme Being, and over time they evolved from one being to many beings.
The Buddhist scriptures don't have a Supreme Being.
It's different. Buddha never believed it. Buddha never claimed to be God or anything like that.
So using scriptures doesn't lead you to God then?
No, but most scriptures, most Abrahamic scriptures,
yeah,
as well as
I'm trying to ask him about why he believes in God.
I believe in God because
yeah, see, that's circular. You're a Christian or a Muslim?
I'm a Muslim.
Right.
So where are the other Christian friends of yours? Are they all?
Well, I want to ask you, what do you believe in?
Well, I'm a naturalist, so I think that's a new word. The reality is naturalist.
Guys, it's becoming common now.
Yeah. What is a naturalist?
Well, an atheist is a negative word. So you're saying so you don't believe it.
You're changing the word.
And so it's not very helpful. When I say I'm an atheist, it says I don't. It shows you what I don't believe in. Whereas if you want me to what I do believe in, I've got to think of another word, haven't I? Otherwise, because atheism is what I don't believe in.
So you believe everything, this beautiful lady comes to existence by chance?
We all exist by chance and natural
you
selection.
believe someone as clever as you came by chance?
Yes. Natural selection.
Natural selection.
So things that have these complicated forms, you need both processes.
Evolved also from like chipmunks and all of that.
Of course, yeah.
So how come they're not evolving?
Well, they are.
He believes he was there before chipmunks. How come they're not evolving?
Well, they are.
How?
Well, everything's evolving.
Show me one thing that...
well, evolution is so slow, you can't see it. Can you see your fingernail grow? Well, evolution's even more slow than that.
No, evolution is maybe slower than that. We know our fingers grow and so... But show me, where's the chipmunks that evolving? Where are they? Since you said they're evolving, where are they? Show us!
I can't believe that.
Show us!
You really don't understand this.
No, well, you seem to understand it, but you can't explain it.
Oh, what's your problem? Monkeys are monkeys. We are in a set of monkeys, so
I don't think we're even atheists and clever scientists say we don't trust the mind of a chipmunk. So how can we evolve from it?
well, our brains are better.